What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Mitú Daily.
I'm Jenny.
And I'm Alejandro. And once again, we're not in the studio.
No.
They gave us the boot. Not like fired us, at least I think.
Well, this is pre-recorded.
It's pre-recorded. They're busy with the studio doing some other stuff. So, but anyways, we have a super fly interview for you today.
Oh, damn, brother. Okay. I see what you did there. Using them dad jokes for this father and son duo.
Bro, sometimes he's got to flex on them, right? But anyways, we have the Ramirez pilots joining us, father-son duo for American Airlines. They gave us like the best seat on the plane, like those little tips and tricks, and they even used their pilot voice. It was a fun time.
How cool. Oh, well, let's check it out.
Let's do it. All right, we are super excited to have father-son duo, First Officer Nick Ramirez and Captain Esty Ramirez with us today. Welcome to Mitú Daily.
Hey, we're excited to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you guys have lots of planes to fly and, again, places to be, literally. So growing up, did you always know you wanted to follow in your dad's footsteps and become a pilot?
It's really just always been a part of who I am. From the time I was really little, my favorite toys were always my toy airplanes. And one of my favorite things growing up was always going to the Air Force Base. Because my dad was in the Air Force and he flew in the Air Force. And so I remember growing up one time, he was coming back from an Air Force deployment and he had been gone for the last 3 months. And so I was really excited to see him. And I remember waiting for him to land and then looking out over the runway and seeing this airplane pop out of the clouds and make this really smooth landing. And then it turned and it taxied over to the parking spot. And they parked the airplane, and then all of a sudden I see the window open up and I see my dad waving out of the window. And I just remember thinking that was so cool. And I've always just kind of seen my dad as a superhero in his ability to fly. So I always knew that I wanted to get to fly with him.
That's so awesome to hear. I mean, because my dad, picked me up from school, like, Daddy, but like, this is a whole nother level. Like, this is so awesome. You can't make this stuff up. And to Esty, what was your reaction when you first saw Nick take the controls as a pilot?
It was really exciting to kind of see him at the controls. One of his favorite things to do when he was growing up as a little guy, to go into the simulator. So I would take him into our Air Force simulator on his birthday, and before he could even reach the rudder pedals, he was sitting in the seat at the controls, flying the airplane. And it's been just exciting to watch his journey and to see him come to where he is now, and I'm just so proud of him.
Was there any tense moments like when you were showing him the ropes? Because my dad showed me how to drive stick shift in the Kroger parking lot, and there was just times where I wanted to throw in the towel. I'm like, Dad, I can't do this. He's like, no, we're gonna do it. We're not leaving until you get this. So like, was there any little things like that where you're like, come on?
Luckily, Nick and I spent a lot of time practicing, and so he was really big into flight simulator, and he learned a lot of the procedures of how to fly on the computer. So when it came to actual flying, he already kind of knew what to do. And he's a really gifted kid, so I was never really scared. And if anything, I was worried his landings were going to be a lot better than mine.
It's funny because to this day, I've been in the airline since 2019, so about 6 years. And to this day, my dad is still one of the most laid back, relaxed, patient, and kind people that I've ever flown with. And I'm not just saying that because he's my dad. So if I had to pick anybody to learn how to fly from, I'm grateful that it was him.
Well, he was a good student, so it's truly a blessing to be able to do that with my son.
Awesome. I was wondering, do you have any traditions or rituals like as a pilot that you do before a flight, after a flight?
One thing my dad and I have in common is our favorite coffee drink is a mocha. And so before every flight, I don't even have to ask him. I'll just show up to the airplane with a grande Starbucks mocha. And I know that one for him and one for me, and it's going to be a good day if we start off with a good coffee.
That's for sure. That's the mark of a good first officer, knowing what the captain needs.
Mochas, and we're locked in. That's awesome. And now I want to play a little game. It's a little rapid fire. We'll call it pilot picks. In your opinion, best seat on the plane, aisle, middle seat, window? Where are you going?
Window.
Yeah, I'm going exit row aisle.
And then go-to snack combo.
Ooh, we used to have, I don't know if they still have them, but we used to have these little olives on the airplane that came in a little package, and they were in the first class snack basket.
Yes, yeah, I have to agree with the olives. Olives are good. Okay. And then I'm a ginger ale or cranberry drinker.
Okay, cool. I think we'll get along just great. And then when you're traveling for pleasure, what time do you get to the airport? Do you like go out there with time to spare, kind of settle in, or are you just like, I'm straight to the gate, I'm pulling up 5 minutes before?
Well, we always have to be there at least an hour before.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when I'm flying with Nick, I'll be there a little bit early waiting for my Starbucks. So don't want to miss that before we go down the jet bridge.
And then what's a slept-on travel item? I feel like the neck pillows I could go to, maybe some headphones. But like, what's one traveling thing because I'm going to Mexico in a few weeks. What should I take with me that is definitely going to elevate my experience?
You should bring a empty water bottle, because you can bring an empty water bottle through security, but then there's a lot of restaurants and stores in the airport that will fill up your water for you. So a lot of people don't want to bring a full water through security, but they don't want to pay $10 for an airport water either. So bring an empty water bottle and then have somebody fill it up for you.
Pro tip.
That's definitely good advice.
And then I'm just curious, like clapping after landing, like people, it's a party in there. Like, is it too much now, or are we okay with it?
We can't hear it.
You can't hear it. You're like,
but when you're walking out, if you've got some appreciations for the pilots, we love to hear it.
All right, gentlemen. Well, it seems that the plane has landed. I'm gonna grab my luggage and get out of here. But once again, thank you so much to First Officer Nick Ramirez and Captain Esty Ramirez for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys in the sky. Bye.